We're here at Bandit Springs Sno Park here in Central Oregon. Got a couple bathrooms. Got your signage. A little bit of history, in fact. Here's our trailhead straight ahead. There you can see the sign. I am the only one here. Today's January 24th, 2024. The sun is coming out. It's just a little after sunrise. Currently 21 degrees, wind chill about 15. Do have gloves with me, gonna need them. It's gonna be cold. And let's continue along. So we're hoping to do somewhere between 4.2 and 5 miles today. We're going to a Rustic Log Cabin Shelter. Got my Yaktrax'ing summit deployed. Really hoping that will be sufficient. Much different situation if I have to deploy my snowshoes. It's more difficult, more arduous, harder to walk. So specifically chose this one today so that I could try to do Yaktrax. I felt like the road conditions to the east here to Ochoco would be better than to the west down into Wonderland National Forest. And here is our trailhead. You can see our first blue diamond on that beautiful ponderosa pine. Let's get going. So I have been here twice before. So this is not one where I will be seeing everything for the first time. However, this is also probably the most confusing snow park in Central Oregon. Because the signage system is a little Wizard of Oz style, lots of intersections, and they have different letters, and it can be quite confusing. I'm hoping to go to the shelter, my turnaround point. We'll start with a section called Ponderosa Loop, do the first half of it as we go towards our shelter as an out and back. Alternatively, I can keep going when I get to the shelter and do Ochoco Way Loop. So if I just do an out and back, the shelter, it's gonna be about 4.2 miles. If I'm feeling young and sprite, then it could be about 5 miles if I do Ochoco Way. The beautiful sun peeking through beautiful ponderosa pines. Let's continue to hike along. Kind of interesting when you first start Ponderosa Loop. As we follow these blue diamond trail markers, there's a gate up here that you have to go through. Not a big deal. Just open it and we latch it, but a little unusual for a snow park, but it is what it is. Look at that ponderosa pine straight ahead. Oh, this area is gorgeous. So here's our latching gate. A little bit of a fence here. We just unlatch it right here, walk on through. Let's do it. Oh, look at the beauty of this area. Snow is a little thick, but I am braving this with my Yaktrax. I can't tell you how much more of an enjoyable experience it is being in Yaktrax versus snowshoes. You can walk and talk and chew bubblegum. It's a lot more pleasant, I gotta say. Nice little snow meadow. Gotta say this, these junipers with this little dusting of snow. Look at this. Don't they kind of look like blue spruce? I think I'm realizing a juniper tree with a little bit of a dusting of snow, a little bit of frost. Looks exactly like a blue spruce. If I didn't know better, I would think I was in Colorado. The trail is slightly rutted, which is good. That's what I want. Makes it a little easier. Means the snow is less thick, and I can walk a little bit more comfortably. So today is a follow the blue diamond on the ponderosa pine day. See one straight ahead. That will be the name of the game keep us on our trail. Currently on Ponderosa Loop. You definitely appear to be the only one here. I live in Madras. Drove here this morning after one of the worst winter storms we've had since Oregon in a bit. Today being January 24th, 2024. Even still, the great melt the last couple days. A little bit of ice on the highway from Madras to Prineville, and then from Prineville to Bandit Springs Sno Park. So went nice and slow, 45 miles per hour. A good chunk of the highway. I was the only one on the highway. So I'm either brave or stupid. Maybe a little bit of both. I want to come out here and capture some beauty. Don't think I need to be bear aware. Knock on wood, famous last words. It's January 24th, so it should still be full hibernation. So I just crossed this creek here, and you can see my blue diamond. I also crossed that forest road straight ahead. The yellow sign is warning us about. You can see my fancy footwork. I opted to step across the creek at the narrowest point rather than going across this log. I think that was the best safety profile. Maybe a tip there, don't just take the path that is the design. Come up with your own optimal path. I think in winter it's much safer to just step across that right there than it is to try to get on this log and walk across it. I'm far more likely to fall and hurt myself on the log than I am just taking one step. Now, if it was summer, I would take the log. That's pretty gorgeous. Got the sun beaming through mighty Ochoco National Forest. A little bit of a climb section. You can see the blue diamonds in the trees straight ahead. Look at this. Now this is a Ponderosa pine heaven. Welcome to Ponderosa Pine City. Let's pan up and take a look. Look at that. That is pretty darn epic, my friend. Oh, this is a gorgeous area. Pan around and show you these snow-flecked, almost light blue junipers. And of course, we got the gleam of the sun bright and break through the clouds off in the horizon. Oh, this is such a beautiful area. You can see there's no rutted roofed trail. Right now I'm post-holing. I deployed the Yaktrax'ing, hoping I could do this whole trail in the Yaktrax'ing, but it worked about the first half because there was a defined groove and I was able to walk across it like a panther effortlessly. But now there's no groove. I'm essentially breaking trail. There's a very slight indent, but there really hasn't been anybody over here in a long time. The snow has accumulated. So I got mammoth boots with Yaktrax'ing on, and I am post-holing every step. I look back, all of our tree friends. This area is so beautiful. Got some ponderosa pines and snow-flecked aqua junipers. And we pan around here. A little bit of a creek situation going on down here. Look back, we got the sun. This right here is a forest road that I'm crossing. But I want to look back in this open, expansive panorama, get a beautiful view of the sun, the sky, the babbling creek, and of course, this epic ponderosa pine, juniper-laden forest. Oh, it's beautiful. We have this giant dead tree with this brown of all the foliage. Juxtapose that to the green trees next to it. And unfortunately, I think this tree is dead. Can I interest you in a winter wonderland? Look at how absolutely beautiful this area is. The sun trying to beam through the gray ominous clouds and the tall, towering ponderosa pines on a little hillside, mountain ridge approach. And then you have these snow-flecked juniper trees giving off a light blue glow. This area is absolutely beautiful. You can see why Ochoco National Forest is a hidden winter adventuring gem. We are approaching a pretty epic grove of massive behemoth ponderosa pines. That is gorgeous. I am post-holing and essentially breaking a trail. Nobody's done this for a very long time. It's pure, thick, fluffy snow. Can I interest you in a grove of epic ancient ponderosa pines? Look at this. This area's got a grandiose, epic feel. Not only is it an idyllic winter wonderland snowscape, the reddish brown of the bark of these ponderosa pines that so characteristic of this tree species really adds a pop of contrast to our winter wonderland. Also note the juniper trees, the dusting of snow almost take on a light aqua blue, which I am appreciating. This area is gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Got the sun trying to break through these white clouds. As I weave between the base trunks of these massive ponderosas, the perspective of a forest road. Looking down at Ochoco National Forest and a very light amount of snow starting to come down. This is a really beautiful area. The sun peeking through our idyllic winter wonderland. The panorama is beautiful. Ochoco National Forest. Ponderosa pine laden with junipers, snow flecked to the point where they have a light aqua blue color, almost like blue spruce. These massive ponderosas, look at this. I'm the only human being within miles of this location. These are my footsteps. Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful this is. Got the sun beaming through this idyllic Ochoco National Forest winter wonderland. You can see it's untouched snow, and I am going through this area. Our shelter is somewhere to the left here. First time finding it, so hopefully I will be there shortly. But around every corner of this idyllic, picturesque Ochoco National Forest, there's a money shot view like this, so it's slow going because I just keep stopping and admiring the beauty. After much ado about nothing, I think a mystery finally solved. You know, I've been here to Bandit Springs Sno Park a couple times, never seen a shelter. Was reviewing the map and it showed a shelter, and I thought, how did I miss that? So here I am, shelter hunting, and I'm checking GPS. I've got 2 maps up on my phone. I'm like, where the heck is this shelter? Why have I never seen anybody talk about the Bandit Springs Sno Park shelter? Well, precisely where the map shows it should be, there is this. I've walked by this multiple times in the past. It never occurred to me that this is the dilapidated remains of a shelter. I just thought it was some logs. But according to the map, this is really right where the shelter should be. So I am now concluding that I am currently hiking to a shelter that does not exist. That I'm a fool. Nonetheless, quite beautiful to be out here, Ochoco National Forest, so well worth the trip. Good exercise, a lot of beauty. But my purpose today was to come hike to the shelter The elusive shelter. And now I'm realizing, I think this is it. I think this is the dilapidated remains of a shelter that once existed. I think they haven't updated the maps, and this is why I can never find any information about the shelter online, because, my friend, it does not exist. So I think I'm gonna use this as my turnaround point and go back to the trailhead.